All right. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Casual Highlights podcast. My name is Al High. I'm the host and founder of this platform. Thank you for listening. We are part of the BS3 network. Today, we're going to talk about the women's Big 12 side, KU, K-State. This segment is about KU and K-State sports. We're in the heart of college basketball. Headed into the second half of the season, we've had some great basketball going on. So I just want to highlight what's going on the women's side. I live in the state of Kansas, so I cover both Kansas and Kansas State in their sports areas of football, basketball, baseball. I'm going to also get into other sports that I'll be covering as well. But first, I want to talk about this past week. We had exciting games. I want to talk first off with the Big 12. I'm going to start with the Big 12 rankings right now. On the women's side, right now, Texas is ranked 7th, K-State ranked 8th, Baylor 18th, West Virginia 22, and Oklahoma has peaked into the rankings. Should have been ranked a long time ago to number 24. The women's standings stand like this. Oklahoma is in first place at 9-1. Kansas State is second at 9-2. West Virginia 8-2. Texas 8-3 at 4. Iowa State is 5th. Baylor is 6th at 6-4. Texas Tech is 5-5. KU is 5-6. Oklahoma State is 4-7. Cincinnati is 3-7. Houston is 3-8. TCU at number 12, 2-8. Coming up the rear is Central Florida at 2-8 and BYU number 14 at 2-8. So now I want to talk about those are the women's rankings, but let's get into each team and what has happened so far and what's going on. We're going to start over there in Manhattan. Once again, we're going to talk about Kansas State. Now, this past week, they did lose 2 in a row. They did lose a tough one on the road to Oklahoma, 66 to 63. Very close game. It's hard. It is hard to win in the Big 12, not just on the men's side. The women are bringing it every night. Shout out to ESPN Plus for ESPN Now. Shout out to the coaches, the women coaches, the players. You all are competing night in and night out, and I love watching you all play, men and women. You all are doing a phenomenal job. Let's get back to the K-State women. Now, they're still without Ayoka Lee. I think she's going to be out at least about another 2 or 3 weeks with dealing with the foot ankle injury. Me personally, I would expect her back by a Big 12 tournament because, you got to get back in running shape, get back in conditioning. So I, as a fan, as somebody who covers them, my opinion would be she might play 2 games and then get ready for the tournament. But it all depends on what Ayoka Lee wants to do and how she feels. So Kansas State lost to Oklahoma on. They were ranked number 2. So the previous week they lost 66 to 63, and also lost to Texas, which both of these teams played played K-State up in Manhattan, and we know what happened up in Manhattan. Kansas State had their best player on the floor, and they dominated Texas, and they dominated Oklahoma. But you go on the road, it's a little bit different. Then you don't have your best player as well, so it is going to be a little bit different. Now, the next games that are coming up for Kansas State, Kansas State is off this week. They are headed to Oklahoma State on Saturday. Then on the 14th of February, they play Iowa State, and then they also have a game on the 17th against UCF. Now we're gonna switch over to the women's side. I've seen the Lady Jayhawks in person several times play games this year. They are fun to watch. I'm going to watch the K-State women. I'm going to go out there in mid-February. I'm actually going to that UCF Central Florida game because I want to see in person how they perform and play. But I'm excited about the Jayhawk women. Now, if you've been following the Jayhawk women, They are the defending the Women National Invitational Tournament champions. And there were some high expectations coming into this year. They did play a tough schedule. They played a Virginia Tech team down to the wire. They lost by 10 to UConn. So they've played some tough teams this year. And they came out the gate struggling. If you remember the first Big 12 game of the year, they got blown at their own gym by West Virginia. But I believe this ship is beginning to roll for the Lady Jayhawks right now. I really believe that they've won 2 in a row. Sometimes, man, you got to get a couple wins under your belt to get you loose, to get you going. They did have a blowout, lost at Texas, and we all know how the Texas women get down. And them ladies be ready, they be rocking and rolling and be prepared to go. But here's the next 3 games. They did win at home to BYU. Dominant performance by the Lady Jayhawks at home, beating BYU. And they went on the road and got a victory at TCU. So they're on a 2-game winning streak. Lost some close ones, like I said. They lost to Oklahoma the previous week on the road. They played K-State, their rival, very tough. Lost that one. But I believe now they're getting it together. The freshman phenom, Samaya Nichols, has been everything that has been advertised. You also have Tiana Jackson. I'm gonna brag about her in just a moment. Just a presence in the post. Phenomenal job by them. Here's KU's next 3 games. They have Houston at the house. They have Cincinnati at the house on the 14th. Then they go to BYU. So right there, though, that I believe, because Houston is not a strong team right now. Cincinnati, we know what the record says with Cincinnati. We just went over their record. And you just beat BYU by 16 points. Yes, it's tough to win on the road, but I believe by the time this is all said and done, we're looking at a KU team that's going to go from 5-6 in the league. Going to pick up 3 more. I believe they'll pick up 3 more wins, and then they'll be at 8-6. And we looking at maybe going from the 8 seed maybe to a 4 or 5 seed, depending on how everybody else plays. These are, in my opinion, 3 winnable games. And so I'll be at the Allen Fieldhouse on Thursday. Hopefully, man, to go check out Houston against KU, see how they match up, see what's going to happen. But I'm excited for them. So we're going to close out the show, man. I want to give flowers right now to the Big 12 Player of the Week. I talked about her earlier. Her name was Tiana Jackson. She's a super senior. This lady had 25 points and 22 rebounds against BYU. Girl, you done brought the doggone lunch pail out. You was not playing with them. You was out there 25 and 22. Man, hey, we ain't met, man. Look, we ain't messing with twin. Out here cutting up. So congratulations to you on that. That honor. Also, Tiana had 20 points and 9 rebounds versus TCU. Now I got to give love to the freshman of the week, Madison Booker of Texas. She had 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists against Baylor. And then she came out there and dominated my Lady Wildcats. A couple days later, she had 20 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds against K-State. I give y'all my flowers. Congratulations on the honors and what y'all have been doing. Listen, I'm recording this the second episode right now on my iPad. I got to get my technology rolling, but thank you all for tuning in and listening. I'm looking forward to watching these games this week. I look forward to giving y'all more content with this casual highlight in this particular segment, talking about the world of KU and K-State sports. I got a lot of ideas that I want to do, talking about these 2 schools. I know it's some little, well, K-State is better over here and KU is better, but I want to see people come together. Whether, I like seeing people come together, different races, different ethnic groups, laugh and fellowship. And when it's game time, it's something different because we can have bragging rights. But I love seeing I just want to fellowship with people. And that's why I want to like do this segment the way it is, where I'm not just KU biased or K-State biased. I didn't go to school to either one of them. I know people who went to both schools, and I've heard great things about both universities. So that's why I'm doing this segment on Casual Highlights, on the sports part, talking about highlighting KU sports and K-State sports. I got to figure out a segment name. We might call it Emaw-RCJH. I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out. But I'm rumbling. Let me get off here. Till next time, my name is Al High. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. You can follow me on my IG, al.high. That's my last name spelled HYGH. Also check out my YouTube channel on YouTube, Casual Highlights. Also, you follow me on the TikTok. TikTok, hooray! Ho! Al High on there. And in my other IG. I know that's my other IG. No, y'all can find me on there. And and also subscribe. Let people know about the Casual Highlights podcast that we're doing. We've had great guests in the past. Check out some of the old episodes. Tell other people about it. That Al High is a podcaster, is a multimedia creative, producing great content. Man, want to see people succeed. Want to see you succeed in your purpose. While talking about sports and having a good time. Till next time, God is love and disrespect your senses.